Hi, everybody. It's Tune In Tuesday and Intuitive Tastings. And I'm so excited because we have Amy Gibson. And I don't know if you guys know this, but you should. She's a member of Amplify Your Intuition, and she has a whole host of other things that she does. And I really wanted to open up this space to the members of this group because so many of us in this group are using our intuition in other ways in our lives. And I thought it would be so great to be able to show how it shows up for you, how you use it, how you tune into it, how you connect to it, and actually what you're doing with it in your life, so that you feel more connected in the things that you're doing. So that's why I have Amy here, because Amy's all about connecting. And I thought she could share with us like her thing. So what's your thing, Amy?
Oh, what's my thing? The funny thing is, it's not my thing. It's everyone's thing. It's just, honing in on it and realizing, letting go of those limiting beliefs and then just harnessing it. So what my current thing is I'm a transformational energy coach, and I help clients grow in their awareness, just like you're climbing a tree. Once you reach a higher awareness in your life, you have a bigger, better view of what's around you that you didn't have before you started climbing.
And it's so interesting because, I'm one of these people who loves, I'm a geek like this. I sort of like these sayings. And there's this old saying, you can't see the forest from the trees. Like that was something that I used to hear all the time. I never really understood what that actually meant. But when I think about it now, what it means is that for me, is that when you see a forest, no one particular tree stands out. You see them all as a group. But what's so interesting is, and I think I learned it just because, and I listened to you, is it's like people, right? Like you get a group of people and you could see a crowd. And so they're a crowd of people, right? But then when you take a snapshot of the crowd of people, each one is an individual. And it's the same thing in a forest. I mean, even though it's considered a forest, each tree stands on its own. And it's really not about seeing the forest from the trees. It's about appreciating the entire forest as its own individual unit. Mm-hmm. And how interconnected they are, and that their interconnection allows them to be stronger. And I wish you could just talk about that a little.
I know. Well, that's part of what I do too, is help people reconnect to nature, because I think for a lot of us, we get so into the grind of the day, and even maybe in our lives, we weren't encouraged to be in nature, but we are in nature because we live on Earth. We are part of nature. We are part of this community. And I think that's the huge thing that I want to bring back. Maybe that's my gift of this lifetime, is if I can reconnect people to nature and have them appreciate it, befriend it, then maybe they'd want to protect it more. And maybe they'd have more skin in the game to do other things in their lives to protect it, because they value it.
Right. And so when you think about that connection that you have to nature, how has that shifted the connection to you?
Well, I grew up a tree climbing, critter catching girl, and I was the only girl climbing trees amongst these 3 other boys in my neighborhood. And I would always go the highest. And I forgot about her along the way. Maybe it was conditioning, like women don't climb trees, girls don't climb trees. And then just all the things that could happen in your life. I was going through a really brutal divorce, and I really didn't see a way out or a way up until I was at the cliff thinking about jumping, that I was called to climb again. And after that tree climbing awakening, I truly have been climbing in my tree of life each and every day in so many different parts of my life. And I'm no longer afraid, or I can be afraid. I mean, it's scary climbing, but I accept the challenge or the opportunity that's in front of me, and I climb towards it instead of
Like you can do
waiting
it
at the
anyway.
base.
Like
Yeah.
you can do it anyway. Yeah, you know what I think that's interesting is, and I was talking about it in that other challenge. I'm doing a challenge this week, for those of you who don't know, about shifting your energy. And today I was actually talking about the really thin margin between fear and excitement. And everybody thinks there's this like huge gap, right? Like fear is over here and then excitement is over here, right? And like there's this huge space in the middle. But the truth is, they're right over here. They're right on top of each other. And our understanding of what we're involved with, and then our history of experiencing those things, is what determines whether or not we're gonna react to it as fear or as excitement.
Yeah, you get to choose.
Well, and it's also experiential, right? It's like how you look at it. Like somebody says to me, hey, let's go in a corn maze. And they're all excited. And I'm like, no, thank you. And I'm running.
Wait for you. Yeah, I'll wait for you in the car.
Right.
Well,
so like what's exciting to one person could be like extremely terrifying to somebody else.
And so it's the same chemical. It produces the same chemical in your brain. Fear and excitement produces the same chemical.
Yes, it does. And what's so interesting is that, so like we get frozen when we're in fear, right? But then when you think about it for a second, and you think about excitement, and you get that same frozen feeling. You know, like, have you ever gone to a surprise party for yourself? You're like, oh, like you get that same, like, shock factor, even though it's supposed to be something happy because it was something you weren't expecting. So I really think that this whole idea of tree climbing spiritually is such an important thing, because if you can get curious about where you're going instead of fearful of the fact that you're going somewhere you don't know, it changes the whole adventure.
Exactly. Yes.
And actually,
that's what I do with my clients. It's like, it's like I get curious with my questions. I use my intuition when I'm with my clients and with other people, and ask really open-ended questions where it triggers you to think more, oh, I didn't think about it in that way.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're stepping away from that fear. Oh, I didn't think I could like come at the base of the tree and release all my negative energy to the tree. I didn't realize I could do that.
Right. And I know you're writing a book right now, and you're in the process of doing that. And like thinking about that and writing the book and writing the story, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, you might have thought, yeah, I couldn't do that. Like that wasn't for me. Right. And then you put one word in front of the next word and the next word. And then all of a sudden, now you have this book on the precipice of being published. I mean, right. So that's tree climbing too.
Exactly. I mean, it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about when I'm climbing my tree of life. It's I'm stepping in towards something that maybe I wasn't recognizing that I could step into before.
Right. And it's interesting because it all has to do with, in my opinion, it all has to do with the experiences that you come to when you hit a certain space, you know, and I laugh about it all the time with, you know, my husband, who is very linear, and he's an attorney. He's like very on the paper. And I'm sort of, you know, like flying by the seat of my pants most of the time.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm not organized or I don't think about things, but I tend to be more, I don't presuppose the negative in things. I don't presuppose that things are going to be dismal and awful. And it always throws him. And I remember 2 years ago, I just said, let's just go take a drive. Let's go look at the car. Let's go look for a car. And if it takes more than an hour, let's not even do an hour. Let's do 45 minutes. Takes more than that. And the minute you feel slimy, we're going to go. I promise. And so, I don't know, in less than 20 minutes, we bought a car. And like, he just like looked at me. Like, how did that even happen? I said, you just go in this with this idea that it's could happen or it could not happen. And you don't put so much pressure on yourself. Well, then anything's possible, you know?
Right. Yeah. Taking that pressure off of yourself is key. Like, okay, I don't know. I guess let's work it out. That's why I don't like to travel with an itinerary or we're going to do this, this, and this.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know, me either. Like, I find like a couple of little things like that I know about where I'm going. And I'm like, oh, that would be cool if I got to see them. Right. But like sometimes, you know, like I'm going to see my son in Atlanta with my husband, and my husband and I never travel alone together. And sometimes just sitting in our Airbnb and making breakfast and having a second cup of coffee.
Yes.
And like spacing out and like just like sitting next to each other like that is like better than any kind of entertainment we could even go for, because that's so not what we usually do. And my daughter's always making fun of me that we never do anything, or that's all you ever did. But that is so precious, like just doing that.
The moment.
Yeah, in the moment. And so when you live in the moment and you have those moments and you string them all together, that's what makes the juice of life, I think.
Right. Yeah. And that releasing all expectations.
Yeah.
You know, like if you go on a trip and I fully expect that we're going to have, you know, 2 cups of coffee.
Or you know that. Or even like if you go on this like romantic trip and you think, oh, you know, I'm going to have sex every single day. Well, the pressure of that could kill anybody. And forget about doing that, because there goes the libido.
Yeah, just the expectation.
You're like,
is it gonna happen?
It's now the time.
Yeah. So
right. And then all that like easy breezy fun, it just goes away.
That's when the sex happens. When that, you know, expectation and all those things wash away and you're truly enjoying one another.
Yeah. And you know something, the enjoying of somebody else doesn't always have to 1 + 1 equals this.
Right. Yes.
Like what it equals is what it equals for you.
Right.
And it can be different every time you do it, or it can result like that. It doesn't really matter as long as you're enjoying yourself, you know?
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. I loved sharing this time with you. So,
oh my God, it's so much fun.
You have a link or something you can share like back.
Oh, yeah.
I would love for you to go back into Amplify and share a link. Like you can post in there on your own. And share a link to like the thing that you do. And can you tell us a little bit about your thing that you do?
Oh yeah. Well, I have on Facebook, I have my own private group called Amy's Treehouse Club, and y'all come and join.
I'm a member.
Yeah. And that's where I really, you know, share my everyday kind of experiences that I have in nature and what comes to me and things like that, more openly about myself there. And then I have my new website just got all done. So I'm excited to share that. And that's at TheGirlInaTree.com. And gosh, you know, and the books are coming, and I can't wait to have all that ready for the website. So
that's so exciting. So do me a favor, please, and Amplify.
Yes.
The group and post. What was the other thing you said that you do? The group, and then your website. Your website.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, transformational energy.
So that way you can check out what you do and see your pretty new website.
Yay.
And for those of you who I don't know if you noticed in the background over there, but do you see my light flickering on and off?
Yes. Who is that?
That's Spirit.
I know. I was trying to figure out who it was.
Day long. And I really, see?
Yeah. I was noticing, I was like, somebody wants your attention back there, Robin.
Yes. So this has been going on today specifically. And I just want you all to know, yes, I had the electrician come because my husband thought that's not why the light's not going on and off. When I told him that was why the light was going on and off.
Right. Well,
No.
again, the linear versus
Yeah, so we had the electrician come who looked at the switch and looked at the things and everything's fine. And then he said, and if you're not sure, you can get yourself another lamp, which, by the way, my husband said, go buy another lamp. So we did to make him happy. But I'm telling you, we're going to put the other lamp on and it's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
It waits for me. It's like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. See?
There it is again. Yep. I love it.
Yeah. So with my spirit friend helping,
yes,
I really feel like I'm feeling like that's my guide, Omaya. She comes in. I'm also attached to White Calf Buffalo Woman, but this I feel like is Omaya. And so she's around. So let's see if she could help us pull some really cool cards and get some information. And I think I'm going to let Amy ask the question. So what should we find out from the cards today? And I'm going to pull all the cards for everybody. See, there it goes. It goes on. And let's see what it has to say.
I guess what came up for me is, what does spirit want us to know?
Ah, there you go. So what's presenting now? What is spirit actually presenting for us right now? Oh, look how it's blinking while I'm talking.
Yeah, that was
what
the
does
correct
it want us
question.
to know? Can you believe this? And how will it allow us? How do we allow it to manifest in our lives? All righty, it's blinking, so it's thinking. Look at that. Would you look at that?
I know, it's so cool.
And then, by the way, I have no remote control, so I'm not doing that. It's just doing it myself. All right, so the first card is Call of the Muse. So what Spirit's basically saying is that there are things in your life right now that are coming up to you that are causing creativity to sort of blossom in you, to tickle your fancy, that are making you think about certain things. And some of you out there are quieting those voices. Oh, no. Don't do that. No. So if you are that person who's getting that information and you're thinking, I can't do this right now, or you're thinking the big one, I don't know how to do that right now. Or how would I even go about doing that? Throw all of that in the garbage. Write the idea that you're inspired by down. Write it in a journal, write it in your notes on your phone, and just hold on to that idea. Hold on to it. And then I want you to imagine what it might be like if you actually had that, if that actually could happen. And by doing that, you are actually seeding the dream of that to actually come true.
I love that.
And so
it's like playing pretend.
Yeah, but it's for real.
But it's for
real.
Right
now, with this new moon that's happening, we are in this space of very fast manifestations, things that you actually want to have happening in the next 3 to 4 months. Did you see the blink?
Yeah.
So
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Sorry.
Maya, she's hilarious.
So when you get the idea in your mind, write it down for you to hold on to and get rid of all the, how do I do it? How is it going to happen? Get rid of that all. Just hold on to the idea, seed the idea, and know, like I said, that right now we're in this time when things can happen and manifest very quickly. Manifesting isn't about wishing for $1 million. Manifesting is about having a mission and a desire for something that is part of who you are, and it's expansion of who you are or who you want to be, right? Yeah. So if it's attached to something that is connected to you, the more likely it is to unfold. And so why is this coming to you now? Why is this information coming to you, this muse? And the reason is, you're not going to like this one, Amy. Look what it says, earth magic. Can't make this stuff up. Earth magic. And the truth is that magic, real magic, is within us. Right?
Yes, we are
It's
the
within
magic.
us. So we are the magic. Earth magic. Earth magic. Oh, that's my husband calling. Sorry. I don't know how to. Okay. Earth magic is really all about allowing yourself to connect to that part of you that can believe that you actually have the ability to create. Not necessarily create the thing that the muse said, but just the ability to believe that you can create.
Yeah.
That you can create and you can actually believe in things that you can't see, touch, taste, or hear. Or maybe you can hear it. Oh, he's calling me again. Oh my God. So when you are in this space of manifestation and believing what you can believe, then you can be in this space of believing in anything. And so why should we do any of this? What do we get to have if we believe this? Well, we get to go beyond. And the smoke and the mirrors will tell you, don't believe in all this esoteric big stuff. That can't actually really happen. You're an adult. Don't believe in this BS.
Yeah,
that
right.
is real. That is the smoke and mirrors. Magic that's out there, and I'm right because it's blinking, is real. And the more you actually have faith and belief in yourself to be able to create that vision that you had at the very beginning, the more you can actually infuse your magic to actually create what you want.
Yes, I love that.
This was so fun.
So much fun. Let's do it again and
Yeah,
again
let's
and
do
again
it
and again and again and
again.
again.
I know. So much fun.
Yes.
And I want to just say, it was such a pleasure to share this space with you.
Oh my gosh, you're the
And
gift.
do me a favor, promise me. When that book becomes a real thing that we can hold in our hands, will you come on again and share it?
Yes, I want to be able to like hold up my book and be like, here we are.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, really. Thank you so much. Mwah! You're such a gift to us
I love
all.
you. Thank you.
I love
and
you.
And anybody in this group wants to do an intuitive tastings with me, message me. I would love to share the space with you too. Bye.
Bye.
I'm trying to disconnect the recording. Hang on. Here we go.